Hey guys, today we're going to talk about saving money. How can you save money? I have tons of great points here, and Randy is going to add more to it, and we're just going to have a
It
discussion here.
doesn't look like I have anything to add. I saw a whole lot of points there, but anyway, let's see how it goes.
Right, yeah. So the think about like what are the major expenses before we get into that. At least in US, right? There is a statistics came out last year in 2019, I think. It says that 2 out of 3 people don't even have $1,000 in their savings account. Think about, just let that sink in, right? They don't even have $1,000,
Right,
and they are actually going paycheck to paycheck. And if something happens to the kid or their family, medical expenses, 50,000, $60,000 heart attack or something happens, right? they they cannot save themselves. That's the reality right now.
right.
So that's what going on. That's why you have to realize like where the money is going. Like when you ask those guys, the survey says that they're saying that too much expenses. Everybody say, oh, it's too much expenses, I'm not making enough. But that's not an excuse, because the same lifestyle you can live with $1,500 a month US dollar, and even if you spend 5,000 or 10,000 a month, you could live in the same lifestyle if you do it in such a way that we're going to tell you that some of the places that you can save a lot of money. When you save money, even if you don't make enough, you can actually live a good life.
So basically, what like you said, right? You can live a better life by earning the same amount of money. So
Exactly.
how you
Yeah.
do it? It's by saving, because there lot of us have these temptations, right? It's about not being able to differentiate needs and wants, needs from wants, rather, right? And you can live the same life, a better life by earning the same amount of money by saving. And those are the points that we are going to give you right now.
Right, exactly right. So the four things that you need to think about: the expenses, where major expenses are going, your home or the mortgage or the rent, right? That's one thing. And the next one is like a food. Food. A lot of people eat out; they don't cook.
True.
That's the second expenses. And third one is actually entertainment, right? Entertainment, and the fourth one is transportation. So those are the four
True.
major ones that people spend a lot of money, at least in the US, and it applies to most of the other developed countries too, outside US, right? Um, for the home, when you are renting, like I would say, do a house hacking. Just search for house hacking. We'll talk about the house hacking methods in the later session. Uh, and For our home, for example, we don't pay any mortgage. We pay it, but we don't. It's actually paid for by the other people. So think about, let that sink in. So I'm doing in a different way that I don't pay any mortgage. I'm living free in my home right now,
So
right?
because of the rental income, is that right? So
Right, exactly. Yes, it's coming from other one, and it's extra cash flow automatically pays this rent mortgage for us. That is called house hacking. House hacking, you can like search for it and understand that. That's what you need to do, and you save a lot of money through that, right? Maybe $1,000, $2,000, $1,000 to $2,000 is approximately every month, right? Second one, we talked about food expenses, right? As you know, if you go out and eat the same food, you're going to spend 10 times more,
yeah.
10 to 20 times more in the restaurant than cooking at home, right?
And imagine the time that we are living now, right? We are experiencing this whole
And I mean,
COVID social distance. It was enforced on us, and we've been living in the house. We've been eating the home cooked meals for 2.5 months. And imagine if we didn't have all these social distancing measures and all that, we would be eating a whole lot outside, right? And now we are able to. So that what it tells you is you you can avoid that. You think
right.
like you're still in, even after this whole thing is taken off, still try to think like we are in that social distance whole pandemic period. So you will realize that you can actually live without outside food, all the junk food. So this period is the best example for that.
Exactly, yeah. And also, like, I want to mention something here. Bill Gates and Warren Buffett, they went to a restaurant in Japan, I think,
Mm-hmm.
right? And they were ordering a menu, and Bill Gates or Warren Buffett, somebody said, just wait, I have a coupon.
Mm-hmm.
So they took out a coupon. Think about, just let that sink in, right? And they are billionaires, and they can spend, even buy the whole restaurant right there. But they were using coupons, right? So you can actually use coupons to save. Like I only buy when there is a coupon sometimes.
Right.
I don't even buy. Otherwise, just like it's like two, like 4 or 5 times more than the price, right?
Yeah, and imagine sometimes you have to, I mean, depending on how much you end up spending at restaurants, you have to tip the waiter too. I mean, nothing against, I mean, that's how they earn money too. But we're talking about you, right? If you're the one who's going out and eat, and imagine the tipping, the money that you're tipping, and also probably you have this Michelin star restaurant about half an hour from where you live. Imagine the gas cost and the physical exhaustion as well, right? I mean, you're exhausted too, driving back and forth half an hour, that means 1 hour, gas, tipping money, that all adds up to it. Imagine if you just stayed home and just have a home cooked meal. You're going to spend all that time, gas money, tipping money,
Also,
all
healthy
that. So
food, right? Healthy food. You don't know
yeah,
how
healthy
healthy it
food,
is
yeah, right there, yeah.
outside food, right? So let's move on to the next one. Is the actually the transportation, right? Entertainment and transportation. Entertainment. Look at, like, if you get YouTube, just you get a YouTube Premium, right? Everything is in there. Think about, just you don't need to get like Netflix, Hulu, Disney, and several others. You don't need to have all those cables. That itself is like almost $1,000 a year, right? You just add up everything.
Correct.
Don't, like, just the cable itself probably $1,000 a year, right?
Guilty as
Just
charged. I was one of them. I had several subscriptions for entertainment, and right around the time we started this channel, we were talking about, that's the whole point. And then now I only have Netflix,
right.
but
Me too. Yeah, just Netflix
yeah,
and YouTube. That's the only
yeah.
thing that's needed. Even Netflix, I wanted to cancel it. So
And the thing is, like, something that you actually, what we shared was, in one of those previous episodes, most of the time you don't realize that you haven't been using one or two of many of those for a long time. If you haven't
right.
used one, like, let's say Amazon Prime or Netflix for more than 1 year, let's say, right? That means you don't need it. Most of the time,
Exactly.
you just watch only one of them, or either Netflix or Amazon Prime or Hulu. So make sure you choose one. And if you haven't watched Hulu for 1 year, forget about it. You just unsubscribe.
Right. That's true. Yeah, and yeah, exactly. I think that covers it. Entertainment, you can actually save several $1,000s in a year. And the next one is the transportation, right? Transportation, in terms of transportation, you can buy a new car or used car. It doesn't matter. But like, you can always use carpooling and other methods. And also look for insurance. Like when you do, I think the insurance cost. I told somebody to shop around. They saved $500 a year. Like the
Wow.
other insurance company gave them a $500 less than what they're paying for two cars
Okay.
in the whole year, right? So they were so happy about it. It's
And
a
also
simple call.
sorry, what's that?
It's just a simple call to the other insurance company and tell
Exactly.
them that just ask for a quote, and they give you some quote, and it might be cheaper.
And also I don't know the authenticity of this message, but I've seen several commercials lately online, that if you haven't had any tickets in the last so many few years, or you haven't had
5 years,
any,
yeah, it's just 5 years.
right? And this is a time, especially if you're in Virginia or DC. Again, I'm not sure about the authenticity, but I've seen some of the commercials. So if you have a clean driving record, just give a few insurance companies calls, and get it. Because like
Right.
you said, who knows? One insurance company would give you 500 less than what the other company is offering. So that's a good one.
Exactly. And not only your auto insurance, right? Think about your home insurance. I
Hmm.
saved around every year I'm
Oh,
reducing $200 less.
right.
Like, it just is a great thing to do. Just shop around and you will improve your, selling skills. Like you need to tell them that you are, other people are giving you
Yeah.
less. You're leaving them and they're going
Yeah.
to
Right.
come after you, right?
And just before I forget about it, and probably we are not thinking too deeply on this, but it really is a money saver. Is avoid if you try to avoid the toll roads, right? Because I'm one of those guys. Where I live, if I use the toll roads, it's going to cost me a fortune. And if you can avoid toll roads by using some of the local roads, you can avoid that too. Because sometimes during peak hours, it can be as high as $15. So
Wow.
you only will know it when you get the bill at the month end, if you're not constantly looking at it. So make sure if you have some local roads where you can use to avoid toll roads. That's, I mean, because we are talking about transportation, right? I
Right.
just wanted to squeeze out insurance, toll roads, and all that. So just wanted to squeeze that in. Sorry.
And also gasbuddy.com or app, if
Right.
if you have it, and you will know where the cheaper gas is.
Right.
And normally Costco will have it, cheaper gas, if you have membership with Costco. And also buying bulk in like Costco,
Hmm.
things that you use it quite a lot, saves you tons of money.
Yeah.
And I wanted to just mention a few other things, just mention it. Like I do a haircut myself, so I'm actually saving around. I do it every other week, so
You
it's
mean
almost,
haircutting?
yeah,
Oh yeah, I do that too. Yeah, that's
right.
not bad, right?
So we actually save around almost $500 a year, right?
Yeah.
$500. That's a good money there.
Yeah.
And
I've been cutting my hair like at this place for $15, and I tip them too. So that's
$20.
$15 a month to me, and it comes to around $180 per year, right? So I'm saving 180.
For me, it's almost 500 because I do
Yeah,
every
because you
other week.
bi-weekly. Yeah.
Right, right.
It's
And also, like, when a few other things I mentioned, like buy the generic brand. Like if you try to buy the branded items, sometimes it's higher just for the brand. It's the same item, but just for the brand it's higher. You can actually buy the generic brand, save tons of money. It's just even like few dollars you're saving every month, every week you're shopping. It actually adds up,
right,
and at
right.
the end of the year, you think about it, you have $500 you saved in one thing,
Yeah.
and that's like half a month of your mortgage, right?
Right, right, true.
So, and a few other things is that you do the laundry in the nighttime in a cold water. It saves some time, right? It
Didn't
saves
know about it. Wow.
and drinking a filter water instead of a bottled water, it saves the environment and also your money, right?
Yeah.
And cut the cable and have a piggy bank to put all your coins.
Yeah.
Make sure you have automated lights, right? Some people have a lights always on. I seen they forget to turn it off when they go out or something, and it's always there. It takes a lot of electricity. We pay
And
very,
also you have the option of going for energy saving lights too, right?
yeah, energy saving lights. That's a great thing. Yeah, right. And budgeting, like make sure you have a budget for your home, for your everything that you do. You should know where the money is coming from, how much money coming, how much money going, how much money actually you are saving. And you should be able to save 10 to 50% of your net income. That's a goal. You should have a 50%. If you have that 50% goal saving, then you should be golden.
Yeah.
And
Spot on.
a few other things, like use honey extension when you do ordering pizza, ordering anything online. That's a
Yeah.
great addition. Like
I'm a great beneficiary of that honey. So keep that in mind. Honey, HONEY. That's going to be a whole different episode.
right, exactly. And yeah, I think that's all. We covered a whole lot of it, and we will have a different episode in depth on a different topic related to
Yeah, and if you have any questions specific to any of these points, feel free to drop a line on the comment box.
right. Yeah, thank you guys for watching.